Hello, my name's Amy, and the other day I decided to buy a packet of beetles online, so I'm gonna go through the process of what I did and like pinning them. This is just kitchen towel. I folded it up and ran it under the water, squeezed out the water, and now it's like damp but not soaking. And I'm just gonna cut him out of this packet, trying not to cut his legs off, and then he's gonna go in the little container sealed for a couple of days and rehydrate, and then hopefully his legs will be movable and stuff. I'll be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just decided to buy these on a whim, and it's quite fun. But yeah, it's a little bit scary because I'm a bit creeped out by bugs. But I'm hoping this will get me over my fear. I really like drawing them. I think I love all the little details, and I think they're quite cute. But it's a shame they're all dead in my room. But oh well, I suppose that's gonna have to do for now. Because if they're crawling around, I'm gonna freak out. They do stink as well. They're pretty smelly. A couple of them haven't been completely sealed, so it reeks. I light candles while I'm working on them, and then I have to open a window even though it's winter. But it is what it is. I have these sponges. They kind of just foam. I think they work really well. You can just stick pins in them and stuff, and I think sometimes the little legs stick to them, but then again, they're going to stick to most things. It's a beetle. I've seen other people use like polystyrene and stuff. These are just dressing pins. I got them in a shop. They were just nearby, so I got those. And I find it quite easy if you just stick a few in there, and then you can work on those, and you don't have to keep picking them up from the big pot. I'm just gonna move his legs around, cause try and like warm up and like loosen them or whatever. I do realise that he probably needs a couple more days to soak or something. I've heard that you can boil them for a couple of seconds or something, but I'm not willing to try something new. I just, this works for me, so I'm going to put him back for a few days, and then I found another one that I already soaked, and he's looking a little bit better, so we're going to work on this guy instead. In my opinion, he's prettier because he's got like little spots, but don't tell the other one. You can see his legs are moving a little bit easier. I think he's a little bit smaller, so it's probably not as easy to see him, but I do zoom in soon. I think should help. I really want to get his wings out. I keep calling him a him, as a bug, but let's call him Steve or something. Gonna listen to the thing open now. 1 second. I have no idea if you can hear that, but it makes like a crunch noise, and it creeps me out because I feel like I'm breaking it, but it's actually completely fine. I've been told I haven't broken it, and he does still work, but yeah, it's good to just loosen those, and then I can work on them later after I've pinned the legs down. For the legs, I like trying to get them symmetrical, and then you use the pins to stop them from moving. One on either side of the leg, trying to like keep it still, because sometimes they'll like curl back up when they're drying, kind of like when you see a dead spider on the floor and it's all curled up. It's because all their limbs go in when they're dead. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Remember, I don't even know what like types of beetles these are, because they came in like a sorted packet and none of them were labeled. So I've just been like doing Google images to search what they are, and I don't really know what's going on, but it's fun. It's an experience or something. I do have some trouble soon because I want to get the wings out, but then there's loads of pins in the way, so I decide to push them really far in, and then I want to move them afterwards. It's all, I'm learning as I'm doing it, but you can kind of put as many pins as you want in, or keep coming back to it, seeing if it's like curled up, and then move it back. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Do you have a bug? I don't know. I have a bug, so this is what I'm doing. Once I've done this and he's dried, I'm hoping to frame it, Peter, and all the other ones, but then I'm going to be left with loads of framed bugs and beetles and insects and stuff, and I'm going to look like a real weirdo. I don't really know how this hobby started. It's literally just been a couple of months. I've done a few. I think I was bored online once, and then I saw, oh, bugs, let's buy some, because, you know, I've got money now that I'm an adult. It's ridiculous. Now I'm buying beetles for no reason, and I'm stuck with the smell. Anyways, I think I'm done with his legs now. He seems symmetrical enough to make me happy, so I'm gonna get those wings out again. And I do like working with the wings, it's quite fun. They're not as delicate as they look, as far as I'm aware. I'm pretty sure butterflies are probably a little bit more delicate, but you know, we'll get to that when I've decided to buy more bugs online. Yeah, I've decided to use a pin just to try and keep these open, but then that's going to be an issue later on because I forget that I've put that pin in there and I start getting annoyed. But yeah, so we're just going to try and get some of these wings out. I've got another sponge. I'm just going to cut some pieces off so that the wings can sit on them nicely, so they don't have to like curve over or move around, and then you can use a piece of tracing paper to like keep it flat without having to put a needle in the wings. I've seen some people put needles like actually in the beetle as well to keep it still. I don't want to do that though because it feels mean, even though I've already killed Peter, I suppose. He's one of the family now. I can't just stab him. So I'm just gonna get more pins out, and then I'm gonna try and very terribly attempt to get these wings out. But once they're out, it's pretty easy. They just move up and down, and you can like adjust them where you want them. I do like the details in the wings as well. They're quite nice. It's fun to draw. I think it all started when I was in college, and we had like an entomology assignment, and we went to a museum and we saw all these bugs in cases and displayed, and I thought, oh wow, that's really cool. And then one night I just woke up for no reason and was like, oh my goodness, I could do that myself. And here we are, regretting a lot of my life decisions. But you know, at least I enjoyed college, so that was fun. Here's the tracing paper. I'm just going to put it over the top and pin either side, and then you can kind of move it about where you want. You can see where the wings sticking out at the end if you just move that part. And then the other one's a little bit easier because you've already done the first one, so you know what you're doing now, or whatever. And then you just do the same thing. You can move it up and down, and that's it. And there's a beetle. Yeah, this is a pretty enthusiastic video if I do say so myself. I've enjoyed doing it, so have a good day. Well, goodbye.